Hello and welcome to another in the series of Meditation Dynamics, part of Mystical Perspectives. And this is based on the book by Dr. Paul Leon Masters, Meditation Dynamics. And in this series we try to touch the spirit of infinite love, life, wisdom, and peace through meditation. Dr. Masters was dedicated to the practice of meditation. I began meditating with him when I was 14 years old, and I have meditated every day of my life since then, and that was a long time ago. And this book is really a wonderful book looking at the basics of meditation and everything involved around it. Today we're going to be talking about psychic thought control. Now, so many people have already meditated, and if you've meditated in the past, you know how important understanding and observing your thoughts can be, but more than observing, actually being able to control your thoughts at times really can help as well. And this is in the book. We're in a new chapter here, and it's we're going to start with page 26. It says about psychic thought control. A positive mental attitude creates a mental atmosphere that aids meditation practice in bringing forth the direction of the higher mind. The higher mind guides thought process of the personal mind in establishing and maintaining control over your life. So this is a very important subject, and we start here with this phrase: the higher mind guides the thought process of the personal mind in establishing and maintaining control of your life, meaning the conscious mind must be taught to take command of which positive thoughts it accepts and which negative thoughts it rejects, both from the environmental experiences of daily living as well as from subconscious recollections or influences. Here are some of the principles behind that. Every thought you think is psychic energy. Every thought you think affects your health and your happiness. Every thought you think is carried on a psychic level. Every thought you think attracts its like on a psychic level. Now, just taking a pause here to talk about those four statements. A thought has an energy field, it has a color, it has a vibration, it has a frequency. And it carries that through your life. And the way it does affect indeed your health and your happiness. It affects what you are attracting. It certainly can affect you on a psychic level. You can see that in night at your dreams. When you dream, what are you doing? You're replaying a lot of what you were taking in on your thoughts, and the subconscious is playing it back in a dream form. Okay, moving along with the principles here. Every thought you think attracts both animate people and inanimate objects. Every thought you think enters your subconscious or subjective mind, and through the subjective mind, the psychic realm. Now, if we think about this, we are actually co-creators. God is the creator. We have all that energy and every single atom of our creator within us, and we are co-creating by what we're thinking. Every thought you think that is negative in nature attracts negative results to you psychically. And every thought you think that is positive in nature attracts positive results too psychically. Every thought you think has a magnetic property to it on the psychic realm of mind, your mind being the magnet. So if you start your day with thinking, how am I? If someone were to ask you how you are, and you go into a tirade of everything that's wrong, that's definitely going to affect the other person and yourself. And if someone asks you, how are you? And you immediately say you're great and how good things are, that's affecting the other person and yourself. Okay, moving along with the book here. Every thought you think that is loving, therefore, attracts love. So simple. Every thought you think that is prosperous, therefore, attracts prosperity. Every thought you think fills the psychic atmosphere of where you work or live. Therefore, think positive thoughts. Every thought you think starts out psychically, but then returns to you in physical manifestation, whether it be a person, thing, condition, or circumstance. Therefore, as you choose your thoughts, you choose your life. Every thought you think has creative psychic power for good or for ill. Every thought you think will make you a master or slave of life. And every thought you think is important, for every thought is attracting its nature back to you via the subjective mind as it travels into and through the psychic creative realm. So, looking at this, the thoughts you think then radiate out into psychic atmosphere, attracting to you conditions that give you control over your success and happiness. At the same time, the universal mind draws to you people and circumstances that give you further control. I was reading The Power of Positive Thinking, and it's pretty amazing. It was a bestseller. Obviously, it changed the way a lot of people live their lives, but it was based on these basic principles. And it's been around for a while. People know this. It's in the Bible. There's phrases in the Bible that refer to this. What you reap, therefore you sow. What you reap, you sow. That's the power of thinking, the power of actions, the power of what you're doing. But your thoughts are very, very powerful. And when we meditate, we begin to see just how much we're thinking that we're not aware of. When you sit down and go and try to be still, number one, you shouldn't try. Just sit and watch those thoughts, and it's amazing. All the thoughts that will come in, it's called the monkey mind, that will just do its own little stuff, create its own little things, it will just kind of keep going, and you have to really just allow it to run itself out and be still and let them go by so you can be in that stillness beyond the thoughts. Next, Dr. Masters talks about psychic thought control practices. Become aware that you are thinking, and be aware of every thought you are thinking. Learn to divide your mind into two parts: that which is thinking, and a master control awareness of what you are thinking. So this is part of the awareness and the observation that you develop when you begin to meditate. You realize that you can have that part of you that observes your thoughts. Very important tool to have and to develop, right? The next statement here says, through the master control awareness, censor or accept every thought. The moment you think a negative or destructive thought, tell yourself, I nullify that thought so that it does not enter my subjective mind. You are then being able to train your mind to say, no, don't go there. Don't let that negative thinking plant a seed of negativity and darkness in your field. Don't let it spread. Don't let it create its work. And also, every time you find yourself thinking a negative or depressing thought, see how fast you can get rid of it through the above affirmations that we have given in the past. If and when you think an unkind thought towards someone, catch yourself and say, guide me to understand why they are as they are. And through understanding, I bless them. I'll repeat that phrase. Guide me to understand why they are as they are. And through understanding, I bless them. How important is that in your life? Next, if you find it difficult to bless someone due to a great deal of ill feeling, say the following: I call upon the universal Godhead within me to forgive the person whom I, at the moment, do not seem to have the power to forgive. So you're turning it over to the greater power, the God within. Repeating that way to say how to deal with someone you can't seem to quite be able to forgive. I call upon the universal Godhead within me to forgive the person whom I, at this moment, do not seem to have the power to forgive. And also take a few moments each day to give yourself meditation treatments of positive affirmations so you can fill your subjective mind with these positive affirmations and they will return to you. What you're doing when you do that is you're planting the seeds of love. You're planting, and you are going to then sow the seeds of positive energy returns. And there is a positive and negative side to every person and thing. If you start to think about the negative, catch yourself, and then immediately begin to think about the positive side. Because everyone has some good, some God within them, right? Work constantly on trying to shorten the time it takes to censor or reject a negative thought. Constantly be aware of the fact that your every thought has the psychic power to either clear up your problems or keep them alive and attract even more to you. Next it says a great quote from Jesus Christ here, and God was the Word, and the Word was God. This is a very powerful statement. We're going to go into here in the next page or so, into the thought power energy magnified into spoken word energy. If the thought of what a person wants is held strongly in the mind, then their body, actions, and words are the servants that will accomplish their desire. And the principle behind this is every word you speak has a vibrational energy. Every word you speak fills the immediate atmosphere with an unseen but very real psychic vibrational energy. And it's so true, they have done studies. You can actually see the vibrations now in what they do and the way they reach and the colors they actually produce. Moving along here, it says every word you speak affects on a psychic vibrational level the physical atmosphere in which it is spoken. Every word you speak affects human beings, animals, plants, and inanimate objects on a psychic vibrational level. Every word you speak is a very real psychic vibrational energy coming forth from your mouth. Every word you speak is a vibrational or psychic energy that draws to itself that which is of a like nature, positive or negative. And every word you speak is like an invocation to the universe to attract to you the likeness of your words. Every word you speak sets up a psychic vibrational power in direct proportion to the intensity of force or volume with which it is spoken. Every word you speak either cleanses or poisons the psychic atmosphere in which it is spoken. And every word you speak is a creative vibrational force set into motion and attracting like unto itself. Every word you speak that is positive energy is and can create a healing and harmonious, youthful, and beautifying vibrational energy throughout your body. And lastly, every word you speak that is negative creates a self-destructive, unyouthful, beauty-destructive vibration throughout your body. And it's a great quote here from Jesus Christ. It is not what goeth into the mouth of a man that defiles a man, but what issues forth. So he's saying there, of course, more than anything that you even eat is important there, extremely important, is what you say. So we can't underestimate the power of our thoughts and the power of our words and the way they affect those around us, the way they affect us, the way they affect the world. So when we meditate, we can actually develop that inner awareness to watch our thoughts, to program our thoughts, to be free of our thinking and become still, so that we can be one with the one source of all energy. And we can develop that sense of the objective observer, so that we can monitor our thoughts, and we can also stop ourselves from thinking negative, harmful thoughts. And even more so, our words. I do spoken words. I have 6 CDs out. Many of them are spoken word CDs, and I know the power and the vibration of the energy behind the words. So it's really important that the way we live in the world, the way we speak in the world, what we add to the world, the way we control our speaking and negative thinking is really making a huge difference in our life and the life of those around us. If you're one of those people that likes to gossip and do rumors, you're creating, if you could see the energy field, very dark energy that spreads and is spreading, and then the person who hears it can spread it further. It's a very negative force that's affecting your life and others' lives. And instead, if you just immediately stop and say, I'm not going to say anything negative, everyone has good in them, the good is, and then, share the good or think the good or say the good. And just don't say negative, harmful things. That's such a beautiful gift to have and to share. And this book is also, and this book is so helpful. There's so much in here. I mean, we're only up to page 29, and this is the 6th one I've done. I share all these on my website, mysticalperspectives.com. I also air them on the radio that I program, KUOSFM.com, KUOSFM.com, and it's in Sedona at 92.1. You can go to metaphysics.com and to find out about how you could actually learn more from these books and possibly start a career and become involved in the metaphysical way of life. Maybe get a bachelor's in metaphysical science, get an ordained metaphysical minister certificate, a practitioner diploma, become a master of metaphysical science, doctor of divinity, a doctor of ministry, and many, many more. So go to metaphysics.com and get that and find out more. And all of Dr. Master's books are on Amazon. You can get the first book, Mystical Insights, and the second book, which I am doing a series of talks on, called Spiritual Mind Power Affirmations. And also this new book, Meditation Dynamics. And go to mysticalperspectives.com, and I have, I think, about 35 now in the series of talks I've been giving on these subjects. And I certainly appreciate all of the people who have been listening, and the fact that you take the time to listen and share the positive energy. And have a blessed day and stay positive.